Welcome back, everybody. In this video I want to show you 3 of my attempts at customizing Hot Wheels. Now 2 of these I did a long time ago. This one was 2 or 3 years ago. Well, this one here I found along with other 57 Chevys in play-worn condition used at thrift stores and garage sales, what have you. Well, this particular one, most of the paint was gone on it anyways, but the body was still in good shape. The chassis, the chrome was worn off quite a bit too, so I took the chassis off of another play-worn car that the roof was damaged on it, but the chrome chassis was still perfect. And so I decided to polish the metal just to see what it would look like. Now I was using bare metal polish, which is a polish for model cars. It goes along with their bare metal foil, which is a thin foil adhesive backed material that you can replicate chrome on model car kits. The molded in chrome, you cover it, trim it off, polish it, and then it looks chrome on a plastic model car. Well, the bare metal polish, I just thought, well, let's see how it works on polishing metal. And since this is a kind of softer metal, I started polishing, and it took several polishings. And it's not perfect right now, but this is over 10 years ago or 15 years. I think I may have repolished it like 10 years ago. And this is what it looks like after all those years. Now, if you polish it and clear coat it, then it would stay really shiny looking. So I thought this looked really cool. Polished metal chrome, so well, essentially I made my own Zamac, but a polished version. Then the wheels and tires I actually got off of the Sam Walton truck. Now this is from copyright 1999, so it was available in 2000 at Walmart. Now they sold a bunch of them, but then there were a whole lot left over, so they put them on sale for, I think they were less than half price, maybe a third of the price. So of course I bought a couple extras, and so I used the wheels and tires for this car. And it looks pretty sharp. It looks like a stock car now. So I'm very happy with this. I haven't glued it together, so it's just still separate, comes apart. But it looks pretty cool this way. This one, this is a first edition La Troca, and it came out, let's see, in the 99 or 2000, something like that. It's the first edition. So this is a treasure hunt version, but this is what the truck's supposed to look like. And so what I did was I cut the chassis off of another Hot Wheels, and then I trimmed off the front and rear portion, so you just see what looks like the suspension detail there. And the wheelbase seemed about appropriate. Well, this is the truck here I used as a chassis donor. And I had one in rough shape, so I just thought I'd use the chassis on it, and those are the Hot Wheel wheels here. These are actually Matchbox wheels off of 4x4. And so then what I did was I just cut the rear bumper off of the La Troca, because bumper up high doesn't really look like it's going to do anything. And then, of course, I just left the stock bumper because it's part of the grille as well. So So I thought this is pretty cool looking custom 4x4 with fender skirts. And this one just taped together right now. But it looks pretty cool, so I just have to clean it up and make it look better. But that's pretty much finished too, I guess. And then this one I did about 2 or 3 years ago. I just thought of making kind of a rat rod version. Now, at first I painted it white because there were no white ones as far as I knew. And painted it white, but it didn't turn out too well. So then I painted it flat gray. And covering the white paint, it didn't look very good, so I thought I'd better just strip it, I guess. And didn't have any stripper, but I just started going at it with sandpaper. And as I'm sanding it, I got to this point thinking, that actually looks pretty cool. So I thought, I'm going to just stop there. And then the wheels and tires I got from another Hot Wheels, which I can't remember what, but colored in the grill, just painted it gray. Grill bar is flat black. And then as you can see, the chassis, I drilled out the post, but what you can do is take some white glue, put the car upside down with the chassis on it, drop the glue into the hole, and just let it set up and dry. Once it dries, now the chassis is on there real good. The advantage of that is now you can peel it off and just peel off the glue and then start customizing it more if you want, or just keep it like that and it holds together. So like I said, you got to pull it apart. It sticks really good right now, so I thought this is a very cool little piece. It was a simple build, but it looks good. So that's going to stay like that. And then of course I can do other attempts with other 57s that I have, and I've got plenty of different versions of the LaTroca, and of course the 32 Ford. Now, one thing I did back in the early 90s is the California Custom Camaro came out and it was available in stores. And so they were only $2.98. And I actually bought 5 of them at different stores, but I bought 5 of them, took one out, left one in the package, and actually traded off 2 others. But the third one, I thought, well, I didn't care for the tampos too much, and I thought, I could use maybe grill detail, taillight detail. So I painted it black. I had some Testors enamel model car paint, so I painted it black. Painted the centers gold, give it a little more contrast, a little more detail. Well, paint's not that great, and it's starting to chip off. I didn't like the tampos on it, that's why I wanted to paint it, so I took some nail polish remover and I started removing most of it, but it wasn't coming off, and then didn't want to go over with sandpaper because I wanted to try to keep just the metallic blue. So of course, I took some sandpaper, sanded it, and then, well, I couldn't polish it, so I thought, well, I might as well just paint it. So of course I painted in the taillights, rear panel, painted the chassis, just left the drivetrain and exhaust chrome, painted in the grill, added some bare metal foil, because at the time, real cars, it was cool to have a chrome cowl vent. Now, it's a shame because I didn't know this car was going to be rare one day. So I'm glad I have one all original. I do still have that one in the package, but the blister unfortunately has turned yellow. But it's still in the package, all the original pieces and everything, so that's my attempt at customizing. So hope you like these. Oh well. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.